Crack open a tepid Genesee and watch the pictures as they travel through your neighbor's Wi-Fi. It's the Rees Company. I'm Steve Rees, the bull of American broadcasting, alongside the great Chris Morganti. And this time, we have something a little different for you. We have two movies of the week, although, strictly speaking, not movies of the week. These were made for cinema.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And they both share a common theme.
Yeah, they're both about Daredevil, Evel Knievel.
Yeah. And we're going to be comparing the two. The first is called Viva Knievel, and that's from 1977. And Chris, this is the one you chose. Would you like to tell the folks a little background?
Well, we're actually going opposite of chronological order. This was the second release of the two films we're looking at. So the first one, chronologically, apparently Evel Knievel was not happy with. So he decided, I'm just going to go make my own damn movie. And so we have this film tonight where Evel Knievel makes a movie about himself called
Viva Knievel.
Viva Knievel.
Let's hear the movie of the week soundtrack intro.
Yeah, some of that.
So Viva Knievel, it premiered on June 1st, 1977, and was a box office bomb.
It was because he was convicted of assault right before it premiered.
Well, that's actually not true.
Oh, okay.
And we'll get to that a little later.
Yeah.
There are a couple reasons I believe this bombed far more than that, especially since talking about being out of order, that didn't happen until the fall. The assault charge?
Well, it definitely didn't help the box office receipts.
Internationally, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a box office bomb. People blame different things. Common sense, I would say, dictates that the fact that it premiered the week after Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, that would tend to
probably put a crimp in the box office, no?
Yeah, you would think, yeah.
And I also have another theory, a contributing factor that I think has been overlooked by history.
The fact that it sucks?
Well, that's your opinion.
All right.
It stars Evel Knievel, as you said, playing himself.
Yeah.
Also, Gene Kelly, which was a surprise. We're not going to see much of him, though.
Yeah. You mentioned him, and I had to look up who he was.
Singing in the Rain, yeah.
Singing in the Rain, yeah. He was like a musical guy.
Yeah.
Not the type of movies I watch. So okay. But what, you think that hurt the, you think having Gene Kelly in it hurt the box office receipts?
I think it was a non-factor.
Yeah. Didn't move the needle.
Probably not, no.
Probably not, yeah. All right, well, let's dive into this movie. As we said, Evel, I guess he co-wrote it. Who the hell knows? Who knows how much input he had into this?
I don't think he's credited with it. But,
he's not credited, but clearly he put his stamp on it, as you'll see from the opening scene, very complimentary of himself in this scene.
Guys. Sorry, forgot about your accident. How you feeling?
How do I look?
Super.
That's me, super evil. How's everything?
Fine. How you doing? Evil! Oh, evil!
Hey, how you doing? What's going on? How you doing? How you guys doing? Look what I brought you.
That's him handing out toys at the local orphanage.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, it's worth pointing out that when he made this movie, he already had a wife and 3 kids. So he could have had him coming home to his own family. Instead, he chose this, I guess, to show what a magnanimous, charitable guy he is. Or maybe, Steve, maybe there's something more sinister at work.
Oh, yeah?
Let's take a look at this next clip.
Hey, want to see my van? I think you'll like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not suggesting anything, but you can draw your own conclusions on that one. That scene might remind you of a scene from Airplane. You remember?
Oh, yeah. Peter Graves.
Yeah, Peter Graves, yeah. I thought that was Leslie Nielsen playing that part in Airplane. But he plays a doctor, I think, on the airplane. The reason I bring up Leslie Nielsen is he is the villain of this film. He's hatching some kind of scheme and Good luck figuring out what it is. Am I wrong, Steve?
It was very unclear.
I have in my notes here, 1 hour and 16 minutes into this film, we finally figure out what Leslie Nielsen is doing. So we'll see that later.
Yes.
It's not immediately apparent at all.
And even after it's explained, it doesn't make much sense.
No, it's not a good plan. So what before we get to that, what's going on in this movie? I don't know. Really, I have no idea. It takes 22 and a half minutes until something interesting happens, and that's this. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't find that interesting? Well, neither did his passenger, who doubles as their romantic interest in this film.
Yeah.
We'll see her reaction right here.
Are you okay?
That was sweet.
Sweet.
I guess the exciting part's the jump, huh?
You know what? He's not, as an actor, he's playing himself. But that seemed like a genuine reaction there. Like, he's all right, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that, the woman, the love interest,
Yeah.
as you put it, she's played by Lauren Hutton.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
She's best known as a model, and as a model, she's best known for having a unique quality. She has a gap between her front teeth. Beautiful gal. But in this movie, she appears to be wearing a dental appliance that masks that uncommon yet exotic trait of hers.
Interesting. Well, as we know, Evel Knievel is known for one thing, and that's jumping or failing to jump motorcycles over whatever the hell he wants to jump them over. Snakes, lions. In this film, the first thing is lions and tigers, I guess.
Yeah.
In cages.
Open top cages.
Yeah, right. So if he falls in, he'll be mauled by a lion. Like, falling off a motorcycle isn't bad enough. You also, I don't know, who was entertained by this nonsense? I don't know.
When you were a kid, you didn't love Evel Knievel?
I mean, he was before our time.
Yeah, just a little bit. But
Yeah.
he was an icon, and you had to admire what he did. I mean, you would see old clips of him, and
I respect the courage he had. I will give him that. But yeah, Super Dave Osborne was more my style. Great point, Jim.
But that's also Evel Knievel was the sincere version of Super Dave Osborne.
Yeah, that's what Super Dave Osborne.
He was parodying.
Yeah, a parody of it. Yeah, but I feel like Evel Knievel was more known for not succeeding in his stunts than succeeding in them, as we'll see in this next clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Evel Knievel.
Frank Gifford.
Roaring down the road to glory, making the most spectacular leap of his life.
Oh boy.
Now, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is not Evel Knievel doing that stunt.
No, this was a closely hidden secret at the time. He did not do the stunts in this movie.
Yeah. So they had to pay a stuntman to do a failed jump of his. Who's taking that gig? I don't know. I mean, all right, whatever. Let's just move on. Here we go. This is going to be the Leslie Nielsen scene. Or actually, I don't even think he's in this scene. But this will explain the actual plot of the movie. We're an hour and 16 minutes into the film at this point.
But should we explain who these... we know who Evel Knievel is, but there's a younger motorcycle jumper.
Yeah.
A rival and upstart. Someone who Evel encouraged early in his career, I believe.
Yeah, and then...
And he has a substance abuse problem. But Leslie Nielsen's in his ear that you're going to be the next Evel Knievel.
Right, but why? Why was he part of the scheme? I still haven't figured that part out. Why did he need this guy?
Yeah, his role in this is not
I don't know.
okay. It's not well defined.
End of the line, Evo.
What'd you say?
End of the line, man.
What are you talking about? You're supposed to be at the other end.
No, I always have been before, but not anymore. Today it's my turn, my shot at the glory. I'm making this jump.
What are you talking about? Those people paid their pesos to see me jump.
No way, man, I'm jumping. I've always known I was better than you. Today I'm gonna prove it. Now you just get out of my way.
Hey, you been smoking something? You're high.
Man, maybe you ought to get high. Hey, Millard wants to kill you, and your buddy Will, too. You know, he even thinks he's gonna kill me.
Why? Why would he do that?
Millard only brought you down here for one purpose, and that's to take your body back to the United States as cover for about $50 million worth of cocaine.
Look, I got a jump to make.
Yeah, so just in case you didn't pick up on it, folks, the plan is to kill Evel Knievel in Mexico and then take his trailer, fill it with $50 million worth of cocaine and cross the border into the United States because they won't question it because it has Evel Knievel's corpse in the trailer. That's the genius plan.
But that's in the rule book. That's in the employee handbook of the
cartel.
Yeah,
What?
who would not the cartel? The people at the border agents.
Oh, the border agents.
The border
yeah.
agents are trained.
Yeah.
You question everybody. You pat everybody down, unless it's the corpse of Evel Knievel, in which case you got to just wave them through.
Yeah.
Oh, drive on slow, gringo. This is kind of a good entree for my additional theory as to why this movie was not a success. You see, Chris, a lot of people in this country speak Spanish.
In this country or in Mexico where this is taking place?
In Mexico, but this is an American film.
Okay.
In America, a lot of people speak Spanish.
Sure.
And a lot of people who don't speak Spanish have at least a working understanding of it.
Well, he said pesos, and I recognize that as the Mexican currency.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So you would you might have been one of the reasons why this. If you were a potential ticket buyer at the time,
I would not be.
You might have not purchased a ticket based on your working knowledge of Spanish, because the plot of this film revolves around an attempt to kill Evel Knievel in a movie with a title that translates to English as Knievel Lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they pulled a fast one on us.
Yeah. Well, perhaps Star Wars would have suffered a similar fate had it been named Adios Estrella de Muerte.
Perhaps. Perhaps not, though. I don't know. But so this other kid who we have no idea why he's involved in any of this.
I think the way he might have been involved, now that I think about it, is Leslie Nielsen chose him as sort of a mole into the Knievel organization because of his relationship of Evel being his mentor. So he could snap photos. He took a lot of surreptitious photos.
He did, but why? I don't know.
So that they can recreate or manufacture in some way Evel's merchandise, his gear.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess you're right because they did plant an explosive on the rear tire of his bike in order to kill him. But as we just saw in that last clip, the other guy took his place, and we're going to see how all that works out.
Those shots here are from Wembley, Evel Knievel's Wembley jump.
I saw it. That had to be one of the worst crashes Evel ever has taken.
Yeah, you're correct, Steve. We said that he didn't do his own stunts in this, but that was actual footage from before of him failing to execute his stunt. So the next scene, I'm not really sure. I guess what happened here, Steve? He remembered that his mechanic had been what's the correct term? Assigned to a lunatic asylum?
Yeah, he was committed.
Committed. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. So in the middle of this movie, he remembers that his motorcycle mechanic was committed to a lunatic asylum. And so then this happens.
Oh, but we should point out that this is all at the hands of the yet unseen Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, I guess.
He was drugged by Leslie Nielsen's organization.
Well, let's not confuse people. Let's just see what happens.
All right. They're gone, Chris. Yeah, Gene Kelly.
Yeah. As you pointed out, that was Gene Kelly that he's rescuing, I guess, there. Also, you may have noticed the guy who was manning the hospital counter was Dabney Coleman, who we just saw a couple weeks ago in a film. Now, here's the thing, Steve. I used to think Dabney Coleman was a good actor. After watching first that Suzanne Summers movie he was in, Devil's Food, and now this, I'm now starting to wonder, was he ever in anything good?
He was in a well-regarded sitcom called Buffalo Bill.
Never heard of it.
And he was also in one of my favorite 80s comedies, Hot to Trot.
All right. Well,
I never Goldthwait and John Candy.
All right. Well, that sounds kind of good. I will give you that. But I'm thinking he's a poor man's Gene Hackman. But, we'll see. All right.
Slap Maxwell story.
All right. In this next scene, now this is really out of nowhere. Evel Knievel invites some friends out to the local bar, but unfortunately that bar has run out of lime juice. So Evel Knievel decides, if you're going to advertise dollar margaritas, you damn well better have dollar margaritas. Yeah, we can stop it there. There was no reason for him to do any of that. I mean, we're making a joke out of it, but that was supposed to be him being the good guy. He just broke up a local business.
Yes, he's destroying someone's livelihood.
Yeah, they had to shut down for God knows how long after he did that for no reason. All right, there's one more clip. This is the end of the movie. This is where Evel Knievel defeats the Leslie Nielsen character. And he does it in the same way he defeated Pelle Lindbergh in 1985.
And there it is.
Yeah, that's an exploding Porsche. If you're not an old school Philadelphia Flyers fan, you may have to Google that one. But there it is.
Well, we've seen a lot of exploding cars in many of these films, and I've jokingly blamed it on the energy crisis at the time.
Okay,
and people using plutonium instead of gasoline to get around the rations. But I think now I know why this happens so often in these films. It lets you know that the villain is undoubtedly dead. There's no coming back from that.
Wait, but that's the exact opposite of what you want. Like, you want to leave that enigmatic so that there's a possibility of a sequel. Much like as you brought up Star Wars, Darth Vader doesn't die at the end of that. He gets you're not sure if he's dead or not. He just spins off in his spacecraft. So it doesn't make sense. I think it's just a cheap, how do we end this? I don't know. Let's have something blow up type of thing. But
Fair enough.
That's all we have for that movie. But we do have another one.
Yeah. Now, you want to rate these both at the end?
Yeah, let's rate them at the end.
Okay, let's do that. Well, the movie I chose. By the way, before we do this, I want to say one more thing about Viva Knievel. You made reference to the assault he carried out on a promoter.
Well, that's not in the movie. That was in real life.
Yes, that was in real life. And people say that affected the box office.
Yeah.
But that only affected the overseas box office.
Well, yeah, but it affected his whole career. Like, he had almost no career after that.
Yeah, I believe he lost all of his toy merchandising and everything.
He got sued for millions of dollars, and he didn't have millions of dollars because he spent it all on toys for the orphanage, we're led to believe.
An aluminum bat he beat this guy up with.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore, man.
Yeah, but not as hardcore if he had used a knife.
Fair enough.